How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Between the Laughs. It's called Between the Laughs. By the way, this is Gabe Lopez.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah.
I love it when we remember.
Right.
I'm right here.
You're right here. Yeah, fuck that guy. Yo, man. I had an interesting week because I performed at Andrews Air Force Base.
Awesome.
So they call it Joint Andrews Air Force Base. The reason they call it is, well, part of it is, I think it's Navy, Air Force, and Coast Guard, I think. But there's some other groups that have it there. And I was there when the president was coming back from China. So we were there when the plane landed. And they're like, hey, you want to go to... You want to go check out the Air Force One? I was like, is that the regular one or the one that they gave to the president? Like, remember the Middle East gave him some cool plane or something like that?
Like Qatar gave him a plane or something?
Something like that. But I don't know if they gave it to him or they gave it to the government.
Well, I remember the way the president worded it, it was a gift to the government, or that he's eventually going to adopt after his presidency or something.
So is he going to keep it after?
That's the impression that I was left.
No way.
But I don't know for a fact. This is all with the tidbits of the news that I watched. That this was given to the government or given to the American people, as he worded it.
Right.
But he's going to be the only one that can fly in it.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Well, the one thing about this presidency is that they're unashamedly making as much money as they can. Like, that's the one thing. Remember presidents before all like, okay, we're going to put all our money in this escrow and we're not going to have anything to do with it. And we can't talk to anybody about our money and we can't do anything about our money. And we don't want anybody to think like I'm the president because I want to be president, because I want to make money. This Trump does not give a fuck, bro. I was watching how much money his family has made.
In the billions?
Yeah. Just this time around.
Yeah.
And then when you include last time around, that's crazy. And I guess the one thing that I've learned is a lot of the things that I thought were like, oh, you can't do that. It's not that they couldn't do it. It's just that people before this
just
didn't do it. They were like, it's a bad look.
Like there wasn't a unwritten rule at best. Let's go with an unwritten rule that this is what we agreed upon. And he's like, no. There, I think he's smart enough to ask, like, is this written somewhere?
Yeah.
No. Well, let's do that then.
Right. It's so crazy because I was talking to my dad, and you know how Latinos, bro, he's so passionate, bro. He got passionate about this, bro. And he was in Honduras, and we were FaceTime, and he was like, I go, Dad, come on. Like in Honduras. Part of the reason why when El Salvador, Nicaragua, Honduras, Guatemala get hit by hurricanes, and then we as Americans get told, hey, do you want to help?
Yeah.
We want to, but we all realize, or at least this is common knowledge for us, that whoever we send the money to, unless we send somebody with the actual checkbook who's going to go and say, you want how much? For what? Yeah. Let me see. That the government or whoever the president is going to keep the majority of the money. That's right? Is that the idea that you have?
I actually never thought of it. Like, because I always thought, like, with the Red Cross, for example, if we're donating to the Red Cross, what's it really going to? What's like, if we're donating to, when I read a big article like the CEO of Goodwill makes a god-awful amount of money. Like, really? I thought this was all just a charity, not-for-profit to help people less fortunate.
It is, but once they become monsters, once they become behemoths, you got to pay these people to run the thing. And so, if I'm not mistaken, there are companies or places that are nonprofits that literally only give 10% of what you donate to the people.
And that's surreal to me. Like, it
should be the opposite.
Right. 10% for the employees and the overhead and just running a business. Right. It's just stuff that naturally costs from having a business. But I don't know. I'm flabbergasted. That's right. I said flabbergasted.
I wonder if they could get people, like, couldn't they get people from that they're helping, so to speak? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Do you think they would?
Like, that's what I would do. Yeah. I would say, like, you got a couple of kids. I would get like a preschool for those people. You know what I mean? Use the money for the preschool,
Yeah.
and then pay them, minimum wage or a little bit to work
Yeah.
for Red
Or
Cross.
think of like a prison. The inmates work. I think they only make like 50 cents an hour, but they get them to run the kitchen and housekeeping and everything. And that's,
Yeah. Like, could we do that for them so that they make money and you can keep some of the stuff for Goodwill? But I don't know, bro. I've gone to some Goodwills where I'm like, how much is this shit? Get out of here. Have you been to those?
It's been years, but I have been to them where I was walking through, like, let me look through some of this stuff. Like, wait, what? This is how much?
Yeah, I think I was at Goodwill with Lucas, and he wanted to buy a T-shirt from I think it was 1982. Yeah, it was a Brazil 1982 T-shirt for soccer. And I know for a fact that shirt, because I had it back in the day, he paid more for it.
Wow.
Than I paid for it originally back in the day.
Wow.
Now, granted, it wasn't at a Salvation Army,
Or
but it was at one of those
thrift stores.
thrift stores. But is there a difference?
I know Goodwill is considered a thrift store.
But is Goodwill cheaper than like thrift stores, like the regular,
I
like
don't
the
know.
Buffalo Exchange type places?
Yeah,
I'm sure, right?
I think there's like, if they're smart enough to know that this is a brand.
Right.
Somebody dropped off, I don't know, Balenciaga is the one that comes to mind. Like, I know it's a high-end brand, even
Yeah.
though I think all their stuff is garbage.
Right.
But it's still, that tag means something.
Right.
And if the person who's tagging it is smart enough to know what this is,
Right.
because I think that's what it comes down to. Like, how do we tag this? And there's so much stuff that they deal with that you can't know all these, even if it's a stupidly high-end brand. And, somebody dropped off a Louis Vuitton purse. Well, we live in Vegas. This is a Las Vegas purse, right? $5. Here we go. It all depends on who
Right.
tags it.
No, you're right. Damn, there's so much money to be made in that. I used to get pissed back in the day. Who were the first group of? By the way, to get back to my dad really quick, I go, Dad, this is why we don't send money over there. And my dad goes, mijo, and in Spanish he goes, mijo, agarrar un poquito de dinero es una cosa, pero este güey se sale, cabrón. How would you translate that to English?
It's one thing if you take a little, but this guy's going way overboard.
Yeah, that's basically what he was saying. And how do you feel about all the people turning on him right now, man? Everybody's turning on him.
It's going to take a collective to actually fight back, because there's still going to be the people that kissing his ass and whatever he says goes, and they bow down to him. But it has to be a collective, and let's see what the midterms. I didn't realize until this point in my life how important the midterms are.
Well, interestingly enough, the pattern, we're very predictable, right?
Yeah.
If you look at midterms, here's how it works. Somebody wins, even if it's a landslide, by the way. Even if it's a landslide. Whatever expectations people have never get met. Doesn't matter who you are. You name the president in our lifetime, doesn't matter. They don't meet expectations, or they try to do too much or not enough. Right? So with Clinton, the first time, it was too much. He tried to do too much. And then he had his wife try to pass some healthcare bill. Come on, that's too much. So they are basically, it's always a flip. To some degree or not.
So is there going to be a flip this fall then, or whenever the midterms are?
As the numbers go, it's going to be a huge flip. But we're not sure because of the states that are just we're just given the right to gerrymander on a racial basis. So you know about the Voting Rights Act, gerrymandering.
That's horrible, by the way.
Right, and bro, not just that. God, I'm forgetting the guy's name on Fox News. He actually said, well, if black people want more representation, they should get busier between the sheets. He's basically saying, like, well, if you want more representation, then have more fucking kids.
You need more population? Is that?
That's what he was saying. Even though that's not what gerrymandering is.
Oh.
Gerrymandering doesn't matter what the population is. What they do is they take that population and slice it up.
Manipulate it.
Slice it up. So they take 1/3 and put it over here so that it goes to a predominantly non-black neighborhood. Another third over here. So if you split that up into 4,
their
their
numbers
voting
don't matter.
power just dissipates. So it doesn't matter what it is. They can't, exercise change.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. What the fuck did black people do in this country to deserve the that kind of shit?
Yeah.
Like, I know that, look, maybe I'm a little sensitive to it because, I felt it, but it's beginning to get to a point where it's like, dude, white privilege exists and you've had it this entire time. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Like, but then again, did you see the video that I posted this weekend about all the faces?
No.
Okay, so, oh shit, I put it on my, I'll post the video up again, I think, if I didn't delete it.
Focus.
I'm trying to figure out if I deleted it or not.
Stay with me. Stay with me.
But if I didn't delete it, did I delete that bastard?
Dude.
Anyway, so I was at one of the dates this weekend, the Friday show.
Yeah.
At the was it Seymour Johnson? No, it was the one after. Anyway, it's a military base that is right across the pond, like literally across the pond from DC International Airport, Ronald Reagan. Anyway, I showed the picture upstairs, all the old pictures of all the
Oh, I did see this
old
video.
leaders.
I did see this video.
It was like old white man, old white man, old white man, old white man. Dude, I literally went around the whole thing, and there was not one that was not a white old man.
Yeah.
Then went downstairs to the people that are running it now, to the 6 people that are running it now. 2 white guys, 3 women, 2 black, 1 Latina, I think, or something like that. So it has changed. I'm beginning to kind of go, like, I don't want to be that minority that goes, come on, white people. You've had the run of this country forever.
Yeah.
You still are the majority in this country, if not the plurality. And even if now you're losing a little bit of power, well, like, what's your fucking fear? Yeah. What are you afraid of? I love this country. I personally, if I ran for office, there's not a part of me, not one, bro, that has a score to settle, that has some chip on his shoulder that he wants to fix or make right, or some, you know what I mean? Some espina that was inside me that I had to take out, that I'm like, oh, now that I have power, I'm going to do this to the white man. I don't feel that, but I feel like there's an energy that's afraid of that.
If we're talking about the presidency and how you say there's going to be a transition. I don't understand why people are so afraid of him. I mean, like, the way he treats other countries. Okay, we're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to if you don't agree with me, not us, not the U.S., it's him. If you don't agree with me, we're not going to do this for you anymore, and we're not going to do that anymore. And it feels like all the people, the American politicians, have that same fear, like, he's going to take this away from me. He's going to take away our shit. And I don't know. It's just how it feels. Like I said, I don't watch the news that often, and when it finds me, it finds me. And it's just, like, if you watch Fox News, and I try to balance it out with The Daily Show, because I feel they give me a lot of facts and more opinion. I like the way Jon Stewart reports it, because it's
entertaining.
It's entertaining, and it's dumbed down for me to understand what the hell is going on.
It's entertaining. It's to the
core,
but
it's factual as well.
It's based on facts. They don't, like, try to lie to make a point.
Yeah.
But they definitely are. Because sometimes
I think they thrive with a presidency like this because it's so easy to get material for something like this.
No, this presidency is not good for comedy. He's not good for comedy. He's not good for comedy because, I don't know about you, but this is the only president that I've ever been a part of this country of as a comedian, as an entertainer, where people got pissed if I just brought it up.
Yeah. Like, they didn't want to hear what you had to say. You bring up the name. Whoa.
Well, I was performing in gold something. Anyway, Rothgold. Anyway, it's in Wisconsin. And there's this little club that I used to do a one-nighter in. And I was doing a one-nighter at 2 shows one night. And they called me about a week before. This was during this first presidency. and go, hey, Carlos, just curious. I'm like, yeah, well, what's up? What's going on? We having issues or anything? They're like, no, we're sold out. But are you gonna do jokes about Trump? And I was like, I have no idea. And they were like, no, seriously. I'm like, no, seriously. I literally don't know what I'm gonna do right before I go on stage.
Yeah.
It's all about me and them. What's gonna happen is between us. I don't know. I have no idea. But I don't know why. What's going on? And there were like about 50 phone calls were had between both shows of people that called and said, we don't want to cancel the shows. We're coming no matter what. But our friends that we're bringing are really big Trumpers, or my mom and dad who are coming are really big Trumpers. And if you're going to make jokes about him, like they don't want to come to the show. And I said, as of now, I'm not doing any jokes about Trump.
But I kind of want to.
I didn't, but the first thing I did was, I go, how many of you people called in because you were, or you were afraid that I'm going to do Trump jokes?
Oh, you called him out. I fucking love this. I fucking love this.
Oh, yeah. And I started clapping him. And before I went in on him, I was like, how long have you been a fan of mine? Oh, man, like 10, 15 years. Like, everybody had a lot of years. And I'm like, okay, so of all the people that are that don't want me to do Trump jokes, clap if you complain when I did Clinton jokes. Clap and complain if you complained when I did Obama jokes. Clap when I did Bush jokes. Nobody clapped. And then I went off. And then I went like young Carlos mode. Not even like this guy who would kind of not be a little nicer. Back then I was like, and you're going to come here and tell me this after, you fucking hypocrites? Oh, you're going to let me make fun of everybody else but not you? Oh, is this the kind of crowd that when I do Latino jokes, they're hysterical? Oh my God, how funny that thing about the chili quillies. But then when I start doing black, Asian, other white jokes, I went too far? Is that what this is? So I can fuck me, I'm a piece of shit. I'm an immigrant dumb fuck. Is that what we want to hear? Dude, I went off on them. But they deserved it.
Of course they did.
No, they fucking deserved it,
like
bro.
I've been a fan of Carlos Mencia for 20 years, but I've been a fan of Donald Trump for 3 or 4.
But not just that. I made fun of them. It's not like I didn't. It's
not like you isolated
correct.
Trump. It's everybody.
Right. It's like if you pull my resume out, right, and you pull out all the president stuff I've ever done, I nailed every president.
Yeah.
So what is this you sitting here? But I think that what happened was that people were so against, the people that were so against Trump were so against Trump that I feel like his fan base, if you will, felt like they needed to overprotect him. And they went too far.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like they defended it a little too much.
Yeah.
Like the insurrection.
It's our Lord and Savior, Donald Trump.
Well, that picture, dude, I said that. I said that the other day. But dude, at this point, come on, is there anything surprising? I mean, look, put on your, who used to do this? Who used to do, in the year 2000?
Oh, the one that did the Sarah McLachlan, whatever her name is.
Was that?
Who did that? Sarah McLachlan's the singer of that song. The original singer of that song. In the arms of the angel.
No. Oh, and they changed it? No, this was them talking about the future. I think it was a Conan. It was a Conan bit where they would go, in the year, and this was in the 90s, 2000, I think, or 3000, whatever it is. I put on your hat, right? It's 20, let me think of, so we look back at 1960s, 1970s. How far back do you have to look at a president in order for you to be like, do they have to be dead in order for you to kind of put them in perspective? Like, I don't think they've done that yet. We're still, I think we're past Reagan and maybe the first Bush. I don't know about the second Bush, but we're definitely not past the Clintons.
No.
and we're definitely not past Obama.
Correct.
So we're still in that like emotional place where we're not gonna look at him. The book can't be written about those guys yet.
Yeah.
Right? It's still too raw. There's still too much emotion.
Yeah.
So let's go to the year 3000. It's 2999. It's about to be 3000, and you are gonna write a book on the presidency up until now. What would it say? What would it be? Think about that. What would you say about our presidency? Like, what do you looking back, what do you think they're gonna say? Because right now we're stuck in it. Right now we're very emotional about it.
Is it like looking
pro
I'm
and
trying,
con?
I'm trying to think like that. Like, for example, John F. Kennedy, when he was president, and I learned that was a big deal, that he was the first Catholic, like openly religious president, and that was a big deal at the time.
Correct. But you look back at him and you go, okay, he did something really cool in uniting this country. He did something really cool from uniting the young with the older. He did a really good job of doing that. And other than the Bay of Pigs, his legacy is he's a great president who stopped Russia from putting nuclear weapons
In Cuba,
in
right?
Cuba, right? The blockade. He had the balls to go through with that. It worked out in his favor. Not a lot of bad shit. So that's the way we see him now, without emotion, right? Without the emotionality of it.
Correct.
Try to take your emotions out of it. What do you think that you know what I mean? What do you think it's gonna? What do you think that's gonna say, or you'd be saying about it in 75 years from now?
Talk about the current.
Yeah, what do you think they're gonna? Because he's gonna make them change laws. He's gonna make them go, okay, it's a law now. You can't make money as a president. You have to he's gonna do a lot of that stuff is gonna come because of what's happening now, because of how he behaved. It's a tough one, huh?
Yeah. Wow.
So here's let me go first. I think that when we go back, he is going to be tied to Barack Obama for the rest of their lives together. I don't know that they'll be able to extricate themselves from each other, because he, in my opinion, is a reaction to a black president. I mean, think about it. We had a black president.
So there was so much hatred on that we have to go polar opposite.
Well, think about it. Who is the most overtly racist president you've ever seen
The current
in
one.
our lifetime? It's our current president.
Yeah, correct.
So the most racist president of our lifetime came as a reaction to a black president. That's not fucking coincidence, bro. That's not. I don't give a shit what anybody says. And by the way, let's remember that race had 14, if I'm not mistaken. Was it? Yeah, it was 14 running for president. Remember, they could only have 10,
Yeah.
and 4 couldn't even be in the debates
Yeah.
way back in the first time. So there were options, bro.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be this guy. And it's a guy who literally said on the way down, this is what I think of illegal immigrants. You're fucking you're murderers, you're drug dealers, you're rapists. So he came out, guns blazing. Never lied. Part of what got him into politics, I've been checking to see if Obama really is an American citizen. That's how it started.
Yeah.
So I would say 75 years from now, we're going to look back at a less racist America, at a more mixed America, at a more diverse America, and an America that begins to see people for who they individually are more than the collective. And not that collective is bad, because you and me, we're comedians. I get it. We have to talk in terms of the majority, right?
Correct.
Or else, how are we going to talk? How am I going to talk about Asians getting good grades?
And there's only 3 Asians in our crowd.
Do you know what I'm saying? But also, hey, do I know Bobby Lee? Is Bobby Lee a friend of mine? A guy that I can tell you is Asian and wasn't the best in school? Wasn't the best grade guy? Yeah, of course. I have exceptions to the rule. But we can't talk about that unless we say it's an exception to the rule.
Yeah.
because then the joke isn't funny.
Yeah.
Right? We have to deal with in that Latinos blank. We got to deal with that sometimes in order for the jokes to work.
Yeah.
So I believe that that'll be less. All of that will be less. The defending of him will be less. The fuck you, I voted for him will be less. All of the shit that comes from his policies will be there. And the way I see it is, he's a guy that will be seen as somebody who did some good things for America, but stumbled upon them. He always did what he thought was best for him.
Yeah. Not for,
Some of those things happen to be good for all of us.
Yeah, he doesn't leave the impression that he has the American people at heart. But so do you think, let me ask
I
you
don't
this.
think he does. Shit, he fires people. He tells people, hey, do this for me. Like Christy Nome.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should do that. Just do it for me. I got your back. She got fired. Bondi, hey, do this for me. You sure? Yeah. I don't know if it's good. Just do it for me. She gets fired. So he's not even loyal to the people that are loyal to him.
No.
So all that's going to come out, in my opinion.
So do you think from an Obama getting elected to the end of Trump's presidency, let's just erase Biden from the equation. So from Obama getting elected.
Biden was a reaction to, in my opinion,
To Trump.
Also to Trump, to the loud, crazy, Trump. The problem is what we were talking about. I think there's a certain segment of this country that should not go online or go on television or go on a screen and watch the news. There's just a certain amount of people that are best left with the least amount of information possible. Because these are the people that you give that much information to, and all of a sudden, they have conspiracies. And their conspiracies are only about them, by the way.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if, somebody asked recently or was talking about, hey, maybe it's a conspiracy that, Donald Trump, they've tried to assassinate him 3 times. One of them feels a little bit like a conspiracy. All the people that believe in conspiracies, all those people are like, oh, no. So it's bullshit too. It's like, it's a conspiracy when it's in your favor, but not when it's not.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of
So
here.
let me ask you this. So what is your opinion on once this presidency ends and the new president comes in? I have no idea who that is. Will that be a reaction to Trump, or will that finally be the checks and balances guy that's going to just even keel it up?
If it is the checks and balances guy, it's going to still be a reaction to Trump. I think the problem with Biden was that he was old enough that you could fuck with him about that.
Yeah. But also his entire life was public service.
Entire life, from beginning to end, pretty much. I mean, he was always there. So that's a big part of him. But I think that what happened was he was so boring.
I know I was happy with it because
I know.
I wasn't hearing this shit. I wasn't hearing this shit every fucking day on what he was doing with his phone while he was taking a shit. I remember tweeting when it was still Twitter, tweeting, there's a Secret Service. So I fucking tweeted Secret Service, hey, Secret Service, can you please take the president's phone away from him while he's taking his shit?
Oh, yeah, because it's literally, like, we've literally read tweets that our president has said on X now when he was in the bathroom. Yeah. I think that he's going to be looked at negatively. I don't know that it's going to be positive, and I think that once his power is gone, when he's not president anymore, I think it's going to be like a ship from the 1500s sinking and floating shit, and just a bunch of fucking rats everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just a bunch of vermin just coming out because they're gonna leave. They're gonna leave him.
Yeah.
And let's mark these words, because I could be wrong, like anything else. We never know. I feel very, very good about this, but I would venture to say that 1 month, maybe tops, after he's not president anymore, people are slowly going to start doing what they're doing now, right? Like, a lot of his hardcore supporters are leaving him right now. A lot of the hardcore supporters are like, hey, man, We didn't know that he was going to do this with over there. We didn't know that this was going to go up. We didn't know he was going to go to war. We didn't know we were going to pay this much and blah, blah, blah. He was supposed to do this and now do this. We didn't know that he was going to take away, like, now I don't have insurance and blah, blah, blah. You know, so he's losing people already. But I'm telling you, once he's not president, all those people are going to go, listen, I had to do it, but I didn't agree with anything that he said. You know that's going to happen.
But now the
your face.
because now the people are. It's finally trickled down where it's affecting people on a daily basis. Where it's gas prices that was $2, that's now $6+ a gallon. Where there's grocery prices that went skyrocketed. You know, just insurance. I don't have insurance anymore. I did during Obama. I don't anymore. And
you don't have to get it,
and
right?
it's funny. I was reading this really interesting thing. It's Costco. They actually predict when economies are changing, because they know if beef sales are high, things are good. But if they transition to chicken, they know they can predict that something is going on with the entire fucking country. Mm-hmm. So like, and then it goes from chicken to canned tuna. Like it's a whole thing that Costco has created that they know the way the direction the economy is going before it actually comes out publicly. It was the most interesting fucking thing, and it's just Costco has their own ratings. Like, you know, when beef sales are super high, things are great, and it just trickles down to chicken and canned tuna. And it's just those three things where they can dictate how our economy is doing.
Beef to chicken to tuna?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now tell me that's not fascinating, because everybody has to eat. And what's your budget?
Well, I think back in the day it was so when Hillary was running against Trump, he won all the Cracker Barrels. She won all the Trader Joe's.
That's a great way to put it.
And the Whole Foods. Mm-hmm. No, but that was actually legit.
Yeah.
Like if you saw the Cracker Barrels and you did it on, he won that enormously. You know, Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, she won.
Yeah.
So it's that like dichotomy that you're talking about. These people like that people like that, and I just think. And this comes from me going everywhere all the time. I don't fucking feel un-American anywhere in this country. I can joke about it, and I can tell you that there are places where there aren't as many people that look like me. There are people that have a different accent, you know, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what the accent is. There are places that I go to where I know that they're not, quote unquote, exactly like me. I've never felt like I'm far from this country. I've never felt like I needed to get out of that place. I never felt like you ain't from around here, is your boy. I've never, like the closest I got to that, I swear to God, ever. And what I mean by all of this is like, they pit us against each other.
That's what do you
know what I'm saying?
That's where their genius is.
But why do people fall for it? You know what I mean? Like,
because at the end of the day,
I don't look at people from here as different than people from Cali.
But there's like most people are cattle, and they're fine living that way. I do my 9 to 5. I go home. I pay my bills. I have my 2 weeks off. I go my little vacation, and just repeat the next year.
I got my 10 days.
And I repeat the next year and repeat the next year because there's comfort.
Sure.
In living in that farm, not because I don't know I'm going to slaughter.
Sure. But here's the thing. Why are all these people having this idea of somebody they've never met before? Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when I do Brea, right? Brea specifically. I don't do this joke in Irvine. I do it in Brea because I know that it actually fits. And the thing that I do to Brea is like, because, look, I've been around long enough. And by the way, this is some internal shit, so whatever. It's a geographical LA thing, but it's Whittier, Pico, then the 605, and you get to Rose Hills, and then you start venturing into Orange County, La Habra, blah, 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 and you get to those, right? Well, I still do this joke where I'm like, look, if black people and Latinos are moving into your neighborhood that used to be all white, don't freak out. Understand one very important fact. We're all moving away from the same shit. The difference is you moved away from a theoretical, what these people. We moved away from family. But we're moving away from the same violence, from the same stupid shit, from the same ignorance. It's kind of like, you've seen this before. When I go up on stage and I grew up in the Montevideo Projects, and people are like, woohoo! And I'm like, why are you cheering?
Why are you cheering?
Why are you cheering that? Where do you live? Well, do you live there still? No.
I'm in Anaheim Hills.
Right. So why did you leave? Fuck that place. Then why are you cheering for it? Why? I don't understand that. I didn't understand that when I was younger. I was trying to get to this earlier, when I literally wore an Iron Maiden shirt. Fuck that. I literally wore a KMET 1985 or 86, the concert series. Mm-hmm. But I wore it because I didn't have money to buy another shirt 8 years later. You know what I mean? When I started doing stand-up.
Yeah.
So this was in 85. So in 90, 80, 88 started doing stand-up. So 89, 90, 91. I wore that shirt. But I wore it because I had to. Because I'm a doorman at the Comedy Store. Yeah. Because I'm not making money and I can't afford to buy. I'm not going to go to the Salvation Army to buy shirts that like I already have. So I'm just going to wear the goddamn things.
Yeah.
But then I would encounter people like at the store, at the Comedy Store, and they'd be like, yo, where'd you get that? I'm like, well, this is like the original shirt that I got in the mail.
It's vintage.
When I filled it out.
It's vintage,
right? And
bro.
they're like, oh, that's vintage, bro. I'm like, where did you get yours? And they're like, oh, bro, I got it.
Abercrombie & Fitch.
Yeah, how much did you pay for that? And they're like, dude, this was $80. I'm going, man, fuck you guys, man.
You know how many shirts I could get for $80?
Not just that, but they're like trying to look like us. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Right? It was also those people that glorified where I grew up. I hated that shit too. Yeah. Where they were like, hey, bro, where'd you grow up? East LA. Fuck yeah. No.
Where do you live now?
Yeah, I was shot at least 26 to 28 times when I was growing up. I got hit by a bullet once, got stabbed twice, just because I lived in that neighborhood. And were it not for that neighborhood, I would venture to say I probably wouldn't be a comedian. Because I never went to the 7th, 8th, or 9th grades, bro. I was skipped from the 6th grade to the 10th grade. My parents didn't want that shit because they thought that my young mind would be corrupted by the older, because they didn't look at it like an advancement in scholastic achievement. They looked at it like, well, who's he going to be hanging out with? These fucking pendejos that are 4 years older than him doing drugs and smoking weed outside? That's what I want, So they didn't see the positivity of it. They only saw all the bad shit that could happen if this kid who's 12 ends up going to the 10th grade, which I would have been 12 to 13. You know what I mean? So they were like, no, we can't have that. We can't go. So they sent me to Honduras for 3 years so I could learn how to milk a fucking cow, as if that was, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the time that I had there. It really did fill me out as a human being. But, dude, if I was middle class, going to a middle class school where they didn't have any of those issues, I'd have been going to college by the time I was like 16, bro. My life would have been completely different. And I wouldn't have been the Latino success story because I would have kept my name Ned.
Yeah.
I'd have been Ned Mencia. and probably realizing that my name was Mencia and that my father's last name is Holness, and that's the name I had used until then. I didn't realize that wasn't my legal name. I probably would have changed it to Holness instead. And instead of being Carlos Mencia, I would be Ned Holness. Ugh. Ned Holness, the something. Really, that bad?
You got into magic?
That bad?
Are you Ned Holness, the mime? Like, is
that
what you're gonna be?
No, I would have been a scholastic of some kind. I would have been into it, right? I would have been taking all those advanced classes. I would have been going to probably to East LA College or some version of that. Whatever I was, I probably would have been taking. I would have been graduating college by the time I was 18, 19. Done with a degree, some shit like that. That would have been a completely different lifestyle.
You know what I would like to learn more, even as an adult? I would like to understand the power of politics, because I know as not being into politics, but I also know, like, for example, the current administration, where ICE and let's get rid of these illegal aliens. Those illegal aliens are not the problem. They're not the voters. but people like my sisters and I are. Therefore, by default, we're the problem, but there's nothing that can be done. There's imagine a scenario where where the current administration is like, black people, you know where we're from, guess where you're going. Imagine the backlash that would happen with that. Why isn't there that with us?
Well, a big part of it is that if it wasn't for like certain policies, your mom and dad are pretty Republican. So are my mom and dad.
Yeah.
Right? From a conservative standpoint.
Absolutely. My dad was a huge Ronald Reagan fan.
That's my point. So that's what our parents are. They're not
transitioned with Trump because he just didn't agree with the policies, and he really liked Obama's policies. I didn't know. My dad, growing up, read the newspaper every day.
right.
Spanish is his first language. He was reading in English. I remember the Orange County Register, and he was reading it every single day. And that's how I learned to read every day, because I watched my dad read the paper every fucking day.
Because he would, but and when you get older, you get interested.
It's Peter Jennings was his hero. ABC World News. Let's catch up on that shit. Like, Jesus.
But that was when there wasn't 24-hour news. 24-hour news. We still haven't adjusted to it. We still haven't adjusted to the bombastic language that is used on the news today. I mean, just listen to the words, bro. And because of clickbait, now there's the opinion. It's almost like the whole newspaper's an editorial.
And we're
now.
not getting the news. We're not developing our own opinion. It's all manipulated. I'm not saying they're lying. It is just manipulated.
But they're telling you what to think about before. It's not the president just left China. This is what was discussed. Right? That's not the headline.
That's not how it's stated.
The headline would be on the left, it's going to say president bombs out in China. On the right, president gets everything he wants, the most successful thing ever in China. Yeah. So the facts are the same of what did or didn't occur, right? That's the same because that's just who, why, what, when, where. It's the other shit. It's the how you should feel about it. Yeah. It's when they go, the American people. Oh, so you know the American people are? Because I get to talk to the American people. I get to poke them. We get to see who they are, how they are, what they react to, right? I can't tell you I know what the fucking American public wants. Can you say that? Because I legit can't. And we don't just make people laugh. We literally get in there. We can tell a joke that makes them go, ooh, and go, oh, so you're that kind of, and then poke them or push them in a different direction.
But we're poking them with facts because we're smart enough to back up everything that we say when we hold a microphone.
Well, we have to now, right? Because if we don't, then we're going to be stuck with people yelling out shit during our shows, fact-checking us. That's probably where this whole thing is going to go to in the future.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people are yelling out during my shows. I don't think I told you. So I had two girls that were talking during during the show that I was doing in Pleasanton and at Tommy T's. And then, like, literally I heard one of them go, I don't even want to be here. So I, like, literally stopped the show and went, hey, you guys not having a good time? You don't want to be here? And they're like, no, we don't. And I was like, well, why don't you leave? Like, why are you here? If you don't want to be here, you don't need to be here. There's no point in you having a bad time. And I don't want you to have a bad time. Matter of fact, I offered them some shots before an interaction we had before that, where they were, talking. I was like, I don't care that you talk, but somebody over here told you to be quiet. So when somebody in the audience tells you to be quiet, you're interrupting the show. That means that they heard you over me. Not good.
Yeah.
And so they got up and left. And then later on, I found out through interactions online that they didn't want to leave, but they thought that, like, they were trying to help me. It's like we were trying to help him by saying, because we thought he was going to, like, get into it with us, but he just told us to leave. I was like, well, what the fuck you want me to do? Like, right? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, you said you wanted to leave calmly. I said calmly, go. There was nothing mean about it.
There was no conflict.
No, I wasn't angry. I wasn't anything. It was just like, go ahead. You know what I mean? Cool. I mean, I'm, you know, God, 15, 20 years ago, I would have.
Yeah.
Oof. Oh, God. I would have went just deep on this woman. But this one, I was just like, it didn't hurt my feelings.
But it was affecting
None of it.
other people's good time. And that pisses me off like a motherfucker at my shows.
That's when it happens. Once somebody in the audience tells you to shush, it's not up to me anymore.
Because the audience members now see it as a challenge. I can't believe that stranger told me shush. Please don't make it that. It's just they're trying to enjoy the fucking show, and you're affecting that.
And you're
that
talking
is it.
too loud.
End of story.
Talking,
that is it.
Talking too loud.
Yeah. Because the last thing I want to do is have anybody kicked out. That is not my intention. I will try to. There was somebody a couple of weeks ago at the Dirty that they're sitting in the front row and they're on their phone. And I'm like, sir, I can't. Like, you're in the front row and you're on your phone. It's like, and you're on your phone. It's like, is there a reason? It's like, well, it's a free show, isn't it? And that was his basis. It's like, so just because it's a free show, you think it's going to be a garbage show, and therefore you'd rather be on your phone instead of actually giving me a chance. So I'm not asking you to leave. I'm asking you to give me a chance. The rest of the crowd will tell you to leave. I promise you that. Because now there's eyes on you. There's 400 sets of eyes on you. So, and you're here with 3 other people that seem to be having a good time. So why can't you at least give me the chance? And he's like, you know what? I'm sorry. And he put his phone down on the table. Because I don't want to have anybody kicked out. Right. That's not the intention.
Right.
It's like, if I can dig out of this hole,
right,
that's a challenge that I achieved,
right,
you know, that I'm proud of, like shit. And he comes up to me after the show and he shakes my hand. It's like, I owe you an apology.
Yeah, good for you.
See, because you're right. I did assume just because it was a free show that it wasn't going to be a good show.
And I think that I'm going to end the podcast on this note because what you're saying is what's to come for us. A lot of people are already turning on this current administration, and it doesn't look like it's going to get better. And I feel like in 2 years, there's going to be a lot of, I'm already getting, and I don't know why I'm getting this, because I don't vote so that I can make fun of anybody, but people are coming up to me going like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, dude, you're not doing anything to me, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I truly believe that our country will be fine. I truly do. That could be naive on my behalf.
But we have to believe that.
Right?
That's how we get through life. We have to believe that things are going to get better at all times, even when they're great.
True. And so, yeah, you're right. And so here's what I think we all have to ponder. What kind of people are we going to be when that number of people gets bigger and bigger and bigger? You know what I mean? Are we going to be the young comedian that tells them, get the fuck out, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, I don't come to blah, 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 and smack the blah, blah, blah out of your mouth.
Yeah.
If it's easy, it's, I don't come to McDonald's, smack the burgers out of your mouth. If you want to get old, I don't come to slap the dicks out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Like, whatever it is, I think that your sentiments are going to be very important. Are we going to embrace them as human beings and go, look, I'm sure I've done some shit. We've all done some shit. Let it go. Let's move on. Or are we going to be like, nah? Because right now it's a fuck you. That's how the majority of the internet, the majority of social media is reacting to people that are saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's no forgiveness. Right now, there's no forgiveness, bro. Right now, it's like, you know what? You voted for him. You knew it. Fuck you. You're not off the hook. And all the shit that happens from now on is your goddamn fault. There's a lot of that. I don't feel that that's the right way to go. And I feel like that might even eventually push them farther, right? And I'll liken it to this. It's when I say to my wife, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. And she goes, yeah, you shouldn't have. Okay. You're right. But let me tell you we shouldn't have. That's when I start going, all right, forgive me.
You just stopped right there, dude.
Or fucking don't. But don't take my forgiveness and then fucking poke me harder.
Yeah.
Like I'm already a little raw.
Yeah.
Like it's not fair for you, you know, to just fucking berate me now.
Yeah.
Once somebody legit says I'm sorry, I let it go.
Let's be done.
I'm done with that.
We're done with it.
Or I don't accept the apology. Right? Or I say, I will forgive you, but only after I made my fucking peace. I got to say this. But I'm never going to go, you know what? You're forgiven. But you're a piece of shit. And let me tell you why.
Yeah.
And then talk about all the shit that we just talked about forgiving.
Again.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you think we're going to be able to do that? I mean, we as a society, those that are not pro-Trump, you think they're going to be able to come around?
I think even the people that are pro-Trump, I do believe I think people are good inherently. You know, there's a couple of, you know, and when I say I believe 99% of the people are good, 1% are bad, and then another percent are bad through circumstance. But for the most part, let's say 98% of people are good. Mm-hmm. They don't steal, they don't rob, they don't, they don't rape, they don't murder. That's just, they live by their set of rules, whether it's the 10 Commandments or The Secret, or do you believe in karma? Either way, if you believe in anything, you believe you get back what you put out.
It's the kindness.
It's that, and most people are that.
Holding a door open when you're driving in the middle of nowhere, and you're about 5 to 10 feet away from the door, and somebody looks back and then just stops and holds it for like 2 to 3 seconds for you. That's that right there. Such kindness.
One great example I read, you can tell a lot about a person by what they do with their shopping cart at a grocery store.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah. Do you put it back? Because you're not going to get penalized or arrested if you don't.
Right.
What do? You just have the common courtesy to put it back where the carts go. Or do you just leave it there because you're that entitled?
Yep. I put it back in the cart.
Yeah. I try to park next to him so I don't have to walk far.
Right. Well, that's smart. That's the smartest thing to do, right? Yeah, I want to put them all the way back. Unless there's somebody out there like pulling them, getting them, then I'll take it to them.
Yeah.
But
that says a lot about who you are as a person or how you were raised.
But it's because I don't want to pull into, like, I don't want to pull, like, my fear is it's full and it's one of those where they're angled.
Yeah.
So I don't see. I'm just coming in and I pull in and I hit a cart.
Yeah.
Not too hard because I don't see it until the end. But then the problem is going to be I'm going to hit that cart.
Does a cart hit?
And it's going to hit a cart. Yeah. And now I got to do that thing, right, where I got to leave a note or I'm going to wait for this guy or whatever, you know. Or I'm going to be like my brother Joseph, who hit a car and said, man, I can't just leave. Mijo, you have to leave a note. And I go, yeah, you do. And he put a note on the guy's car that said, I'm really sorry I hit your car. That's it. No contact information.
I like that your notes have accents.
My note had an accent. It was not that you could tell because he misspelled a couple of words to the point where you could, like a kitty chicken type of thing. You could tell. Yeah.
All right, we're done.
Oh God, man, we are out. You know what? We got to get into this a little more. Get some more statistics on the next time. Until then, man, between the laughs, peace.
See ya.
Out. See ya.